it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot.
Heart of a lion. My time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am unbothered. I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Okay, ready?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second down, here's Chubb again. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll here. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start with the option. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Alert! Alert!
Fournette once more on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Malik Willis, 34 yards. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Niners hit 9-3 here on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And he rifles one incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And Lance now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here comes Cohen. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They need to worry about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Fournette running right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6-0 our score after 1.
49ers nothing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Willis on 1st and 10. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Hey, smash rifles! Ready, go!
Willis going to try to run it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Malik Willis with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And Lance will try again on second down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Strike.
Lance now on first down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
60 boxes, 19 drivers, 9.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Hey, pass.
To throw, here's Willis. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Mike Evans, touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point put through by Suckup, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Hey, check Vega.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ultra. Go ultra. Watch out now. 50 Fury.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The Lance going to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you get real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. They go with Chubb and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Working from the gun. Lance. On the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Joe Tryon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Down. 43 rail.
A final shot before half for Lance. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm. And oh, it's blocked. And the Niners have it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40, the 20, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection led to the block.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. On first down, Lance. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on. Hey, come back in. Pack the 50.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And this is going to be 49er football. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
On the ball.
Shotgun now for Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. From 17 yards out. And the 49ers are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Willis dumps it off to Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. Jones has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
19 right. 19, 18.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Willis wants to pass it again. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 11 now. Willis. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They did a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
But he will not make it into the end zone. He stopped short, and that might spell it into their chances as this stays a 3-score game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know he'll be here before you know it.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, here's Willis. His throw incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Regular.
Now Brady may be a free play here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long.
No, 66.
Here's Brady to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Lance.
And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Niners on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Chubb running right, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Chris Godwin, 37 yards. And the Buccaneers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Pause red. Strike it.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers get a bit closer.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage. Put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. He completes it to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Willis looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 21. That one looks like he'll throw here. His throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Willis looking to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
19 wide. Go street.
Willis is going to throw once more. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jared Cook from 8 yards out. And the Bucs stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point put through by Suckup, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw on second and 10, Lance. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Next to score, Buccaneers 47, 49ers 29.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Bucs take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to